Hello and welcome and very happy Festival of Lights Diwali to you all. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Gautam Roy. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi celebrates Diwali with Navy personnel on board aircraft carrier INS Vikrant. Terms eliminating Maoist terrorism as a significant milestone, bows to the valor of security forces. The Festival of Lights Diwali is being celebrated in India and abroad. President Draupadi Murmu, Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan and Prime Minister Modi extend Diwali greetings on this occasion. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says he will go to Budapest to meet President Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin if he's invited. And Amazon's cloud service AWS suffers a global outage disrupting many websites and apps including Amazon Prime, Perplexity, Fortnite, Alexa, Snapchat and Duolingo. Continuing his tradition of celebrating Diwali with personnel of Indian Armed Forces, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday visited INS Vikrant off the coast of Goa and Karwar to celebrate the Festival of Lights with Indian Navy troops.
दीपावली के पर्व में हर किसी को अपने परिवार के बीच दिवाली मनाने का मन करता है। मुझे भी मेरे परिवारजनों के बीच दिवाली मनाने की आदत हो गई है और इसलिए आप जो मेरे परिवारजन है ना, उनके बीच में दिवाली मनाने चला जाता हूं। आज आपके बीच आया। और मैं भी ये दिवाली मेरे परिवारजनों के साथ मना रहा हूं।
During his visit, Prime Minister Modi also addressed the Indian Navy personnel and extended his greetings to the nation on Diwali.
समुद्र की गहरी रात और सुबह का सूर्योदय मेरी दिवाली कई मायनों में खास बन गई है और इसलिए आपके बीच फिर एक बार दिवाली की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। आपको भी शुभकामनाएं और आईएनएस विक्रांत की इस वीर भूमि से कोटि कोटि देशवासियों को भी दीपावली की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। और खास आपके परिवारजनों को दीपावली की बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
Also in his address, Prime Minister Modi lauded the Indian Armed Forces for the success of Operation Sindoor, saying the synergy between the Navy, Air Force and the Army forced Pakistan to surrender quickly. Last year, the Prime Minister had celebrated Diwali with armed forces near the Indo-Pakistan border in Kutch.
भारतीय नौसेना द्वारा जो भय पैदा किया गया है, भारतीय वायुसेना द्वारा दिखाए गए अद्भुत कौशल ने, भारतीय सेना की जांबाजी ने, तीनों सेनाओं के जबरदस्त समन्वय ने ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में पाकिस्तान को इतनी जल्दी घुटने टेकने पर मजबूर कर दिया था। और इसलिए साथियों, आज मैं फिर एक बार आईएनएस विक्रांत की इस पवित्र साधना स्थली से, पराक्रमी स्थली से तीनों सेना के जांबाज जवानों को फिर एक बार सैल्यूट करता हूं।
And calling his visit memorable, the Prime Minister said he was fortunate to celebrate Diwali with the brave soldiers of the Indian Navy.
जब आपसे निकट रह करके आपकी सांस को अनुभव कर रहा था, आपकी धड़कन को महसूस कर रहा था, आपकी आंखों की वो चमक को देख पा रहा था, तब मैं रात जब सोया, कल थोड़ा जल्दी सोया, जो कभी सोता नहीं हूं। शायद जल्दी सोने का कारण भी ये होगा कि आपको जब कल दिन भर देखा तो भीतर जो संतोष का भाव था, वो नींद मेरी नहीं, संतोष की नींद थी।
The Prime Minister's entire journey and visit was carried out in a very discreet manner. While on board INS Vikrant, the PM had a very extensive set of engagements. The PM went to the flight deck surrounded by MiG-29K fighters. The PM also witnessed a spectacular steam past as well as a fly past. He also witnessed an air power demonstration, witnessing the takeoff and landing of MiG-29K fighters on a short runway, both during the day and in the dark of the night.
तू सारी जहां से प्यारी मेरे भारत की बेटी, तू सारी जहां पे भारी मेरे भारत की बेटी, दिल जान है शान हमारी मेरे भारत की बेटी.
And as you can see, the Prime Minister also witnessed a vibrant cultural program where the officers and sailors of INS Vikrant sang several patriotic songs, including a song specially written by them to commemorate the success of Indian Armed Forces in Operation Sindoor.
लहरों में भी नौसेना की दुश्मन था निगरानी में, सागर की गहराई से भी उतर पड़े थे कहानी में. तिरंगा लहराया ऊंचा, देश की जीत और शान हुई, सिंदूर की कीमत उस दिन हर आतंकी को भान हुई.
हर कर्म अपना करेंगे, हर कर्म अपना करेंगे, ऐ वतन तेरे लिए दिल दिया है, जान भी देंगे, ऐ वतन तेरे.
The PM was deeply moved by the experience. And he also said that people love celebrating Diwali with their families. So does he, which is why every year he meets army and security personnel who keep our nation safe. The PM expressed happiness to be among brave naval personnel on the western seaboard of the Goa and Karwar coast on Indian naval ships with INS Vikrant as the flagship. And the Indian Army celebrated Diwali with enthusiasm, lighting earthen lamps, bursting firecrackers and offering prayers. Indian Army soldiers celebrated Diwali on Sunday in the Akhnu region along the line of control by bursting firecrackers and lighting earthen lamps. Along with the festive celebrations, the officers also offered prayers to mark the occasion. In Jammu and Kashmir's Titwal region, Indian Army officers stationed at Hazrat-e-Hind celebrated Diwali with locals spreading joy, laughter and festive cheer in the remote border area. Troops of the Border Security Force also marked the festival at the Attari border in Amritsar, Punjab. The celebrations began with prayers at a local temple and continued with fireworks and traditional rituals. And Border Security Force personnel also celebrated Diwali along the border in Jaisalmer in Rajasthan with crackers, candles and earthen lamps, fostering a strong sense of unity. Now, the celebrations of the uniformed forces at the border symbolizes their commitment to ensuring peace and security for citizens across the country. Now, all across India, homes and streets have been glowing on the eve of Diwali, as well as people celebrating the festival of lights even today. From dazzling diyas and colourful rangolis to sweets and fireworks, the spirit of joy and togetherness shines bright everywhere. Here's how different cities have been lighting up this beautiful night. Uttar Pradesh has lit up with the grand Diwali celebrations, from lamp lighting at Shri Krishna Janmabhoomi in Mathura to colourful displays at Shri Ram Janmabhoomi in Ayodhya. Sitapur and Aligarh have also joined in with record diyas at first ever campus festivities, spreading joy and unity across the state. In Gujarat's Gandhinagar, the Swaminarayan Akshardhar temple is dazzling with Diwali, with over 10,000 lamps lighting up the temple grounds. Visitors have been enjoying vibrant decorations and nightly water shows, celebrating spirituality and unity. In Madhya Pradesh, the banks of the Narmada River in Jabalpur were beautifully illuminated with countless diyas, creating a mesmerizing scene this Diwali. Rajasthan is also dazzling this Diwali as cities are shining with festive lights and creativity. In Udaipur, an Operation Sindoor themed display blended patriotism and celebration, while in Jodhpur there was a glow of vibrant decorations and joyful gatherings, spreading the true spirit of Diwali across the state. In the south in Tamil Nadu, homes and streets sparkled with diyas and festive cheer as families celebrate the triumph of light over darkness. Markets are buzzing with colour and joy, while the spirit of togetherness and hope shines brightly throughout the state. Kolkata is also all aglow as the city prepares for Diwali and Kali Puja celebrations. The Marwari Sanskriti Manch has beautifully lit up the city with its annual Deepavali Mahotsav, honouring tradition and spreading festive cheer. Communities have come together, lighting lamps and embracing the spirit of unity and devotion across the city. Odisha is also shining bright this Diwali as the Raj Bhavan in Bhubaneswar sparkles with colourful lights, spreading festive cheer. In Puri, artists from Khordha performed the Ramayana in front of the Sri Jagannath temple, adding a cultural glow to the celebrations. And in the west, in Mumbai's Bhandup area, Diwali was celebrated in a traditional style with vibrant rituals and community gatherings. The event also featured floral tributes to a historic sword, honouring local heritage alongside the festive spirit. And still to come in this edition of DD India Live. A hunt remains on for the Louvre robbers who stole the imperial jewels from the famed Paris Museum in broad daylight as the French government introspects about the security lapse. And a Hamas delegation set to meet Qatari and Egyptian officials in Cairo today to discuss the continuation of the ceasefire in the backdrop of alleged violations by both sides.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Gautam Roy. Now, while Diwali is being celebrated across India today, the diaspora celebrated Diwali with full festive fervour over the weekend as well. From the glow of diyas to the rhythm of Bhangra beats, the Diwali spirit shines bright in New Zealand, a reminder of how Indian traditions get carried with us even thousands of miles from home. DD India's Soumya Sharma takes us through the celebrations.
Across continents and cultures, Diwali has continued to illuminate hearts. A festival that carries light to the farthest corners of the world. Here in Wellington, hundreds have gathered under this very same spirit of Diwali. Let's take a look. Wellington celebrates Diwali in true Indian style. The festivities started with the traditional lamp lighting by the Indian High Commissioner, New Zealand Finance Minister and Leader of Opposition. It was followed by some enchanting performances that left the audiences completely awestruck. From bustling local Indian markets, food stall shops, and a luminous firework, the Indian diaspora and Kiwi locals embraced the spirit of Diwali. We have with us Nicola Willis, the Minister of Finance here in New Zealand. Hi Nicola, firstly love your outfit. You're here at the Diwali celebration. How was the experience of, drenching yourself in the Diwali spirit, surrounded by love, warmth, colors and the whole community spirit? How has the experience been?
Well, look, this is a wonderful, joyful, hopeful time when our community comes together, a celebration. And it's wonderful in Wellington to see the diversity of our cultural traditions on display and to see Wellingtonians of all different backgrounds celebrating the Diwali tradition. So with food, with dance, with entertainment, and a very special day for.
Definitely, that's amazing. And how do you think, festivals like Diwali have been fostering deeper sense of harmony between the two countries and severing the cultural tie?
I think they help Wellingtonians appreciate the different backgrounds that have brought us here to New Zealand. And we're very fortunate that we celebrate many people from it. And they keep their culture alive when they come here. But they share that with the wider community. And that diversity makes us stronger and makes us a special place because we have all sorts of traditions that intertwine to make us the special place.
It was another amazing event. Diwali in New Zealand is always a very special time. I think for all New Zealanders, a celebration of light over darkness and hope over fear. There's so much that brings us together around Diwali, and it's also an opportunity to celebrate that huge contribution that Indian New Zealanders bring to Aotearoa.
As the light of Diwali continues to bridge distances, what it reflects the most is the timeless triumph of light over darkness. This is Soumya Sharma from Wellington for DD India.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has expressed openness to joining Russian President Vladimir Putin and US President Donald Trump at a proposed summit in Budapest if invited. Trump and Putin are expected to meet in Hungary soon, aiming to advance peace talks over the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Zelensky noted alternative neutral venues like Turkey or the Vatican may be preferable, given Kyiv's complex ties with Hungary. Referencing the 1994 Budapest Memorandum, Zelensky urged caution in repeating past diplomatic frameworks. While Trump's earlier efforts, including a summit in Alaska, haven't yielded breakthroughs, Kyiv remains open to dialogue that could help end the war. A Hamas delegation has arrived in Cairo on Monday to meet Qatari and Egyptian officials to discuss the fragile Gaza ceasefire after deadly Israeli airstrikes followed a reported truce violation. The Hamas has denied the accusations, blaming Israel for breaking the deal. Talks mediated by Egypt and Qatar also aim to advance plans for a technocratic body to govern Gaza and revive efforts to unify Palestinian factions. Meanwhile, top US envoys are also in Israel to assess the Gaza ceasefire plan following weekend violence which threatens its collapse. Israel reopened the Kerem Shalom crossing for aid after briefly closing it due to the killing of 2 soldiers. Fuel and aid trucks resumed movement into Gaza from Egypt's Rafah border on Monday, signaling a cautious return of humanitarian supplies. This follows renewed ceasefire efforts after deadly clashes killed 2 Israeli soldiers and 26 Palestinians. Despite the trucks rolling in, the Rafah crossing remains officially closed. Israel had halted aid, citing a truce violation by the Hamas, but deliveries resumed under US pressure. The ceasefire, brokered by President Donald Trump on the 10th of this month itself, remains fragile as both the sides continue to trade blame for ceasefire violations. Amazon's cloud service AWS experienced a major outage on Monday, disrupting popular apps such as Fortnite, Snapchat, Roblox and Clash Royale. Financial services including Venmo, PayPal and Chime were also affected, while thousands of users of Lyft, a US-based ride-sharing company, reported app issues. The outage caused global connectivity problems for many companies. AWS confirmed it had identified the root cause and was working swiftly to resolve it. From gamers to commuters to fintech users, everyone felt the impact as apps struggled to connect, highlighting just how dependent everyone and everyday technology has become on cloud services. A hunt is on for the band of thieves who stole 8 priceless royal pieces of jewelry from the Louvre Museum in the heart of Paris in broad daylight. Officials said a team of 60 investigators was working on the theory that the raid was planned and executed by an organized crime group. After several other robberies from French museums in recent months, Interior Minister Laurent Nunez had acknowledged Sunday that securing them was a major weak spot. According to officials, 8 priceless items of jewelry were stolen, including the crown of Empress Eugenie. The Louvre Museum in the French capital has closed for exceptional reasons. And French President Emmanuel Macron has said on Sunday that the robbery at Paris' Louvre Museum was an attack on French heritage. In a social media post, Macron vowed to recover all the stolen artifacts and bring the perpetrators to justice. And France's Justice Minister Gérald Darmanin admitted on Monday to security flaws in protecting the Louvre, which had led to the robbers a day earlier stealing imperial jewels in broad daylight from the famed Paris Museum. He told media persons that what is certain is that France has failed since people were able to park a furniture hoist in the middle of Paris, get people up in it several minutes to grab priceless jewels and give France a terrible image. Leaders from 9 Mediterranean EU countries gathered in Portoroz, Slovenia on Monday for the annual MED9 Summit or MED9 Summit. Spearheading the MED9 Summit, Slovenian Prime Minister Robert Golob welcomed European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. He also greeted several key figures, including France's President Emmanuel Macron and Spain's PM Pedro Sanchez. The summit will focus on climate change, migration, energy connectivity and developments in the Middle East. A special discourse is expected with King Abdullah II of Jordan on how the group can contribute to shaping Gaza's future following the recent ceasefire. Just to let everyone know, the MED9 group aims to strengthen cooperation on major regional and EU issues, with this year's summit spotlighting peace efforts and shared challenges. South Korea's Coast Guard is stepping up security ahead of the APEC 2025 summit by inspecting Bowman Lake, located in the heart of Bowman Tourist Complex. On Monday, special teams used boats, divers and underwater scanners to check for threats. The summit, set for the 31st of October and the 1st of November at the Bowman and Huabeik Convention Center, may feature a key meeting between US President Donald Trump and China's Xi Jinping amid rising trade tensions. Authorities are boosting patrols and surveillance to prevent terror threats and illegal activities. The lake check is part of a wider push to ensure safety for world leaders and guests. And that's all we have for this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. And for those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India's mobile app. It's available on both Android and iOS. Just scan the QR code and download the app right away. And we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Gautam Roy, and from all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live and have a very happy Diwali.